The insaga.com website was my kind of aha moment. Pretty much has seen Mississauga grow from square one being a square to what it is now. Yeah, so I just wanted to do something big for the city, and this was it. I don't know when I thought it was going to get big, but I knew I had an idea. When you start your business, it has to be about the idea.
What was your vision at that time? Or at that time you didn't really have a vision, but you kind of developed it along the way?
Yeah, when Insaga started in 2012, it morphed into something that's totally different now. So when I first started, it was more of a social site that had like top 5 food, history of like an old school comic book place to, you know, the best parks and stuff. So now it's become kind of a news source, a news hub, as well as we still keep to the roots of our like food, top 5s and things like that.
I'm really curious when you're talking about how your vision originally, morphed and it changed. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it morphed and changed because I knew we had to. From when we first started in 2012 to now, there's so much that's happened in the media landscape. You know, we can only talk about top 5 pizzas, top 5 underground pizzas, top 5, so we kind of morphed into news. And what we did was we started putting kind of public service announcements for that area up on Insaga. Didn't think anything of it, but literally our traffic quadrupled within that day. And that's when I said to myself and to the team I said, guys, people are gravitating to us for news as well, right? So that's when we changed over to we got a couple of journalists and writers to start doing news. So it's morphed into a full-on media company over the last 2 years. Let's just say year 1 of Insaga got 275,000 page views in the entire year. In Brampton, the very first year, we got 5 million page views. So, so it shows you that people are gravitated to us for news as well.
So it was really more about changing your original and pivoting and morphing.
It's all about trying, right? Like we sit down and me and my editorial team, we meet every Monday. We pretty much throw out ideas. My team's as young as 23 years old, right? I'm not that young. Right, but and I ask her, I'm like, what do you think we should do, right? And like, so we do news on Instagram stories now, right? Which we didn't think it was going to work, but we get about 6,000 to 10,000 people every night looking at news from Instagram stories, right? It's a completely different market that we didn't have. So it's all about just trying something new.
In that 2 years where you were not able to break even, what was the driving force that kept you going forward?
Websites take a long time to get profitable, right? Just because you can't start selling advertising at day 1. You have to sell it once it hits like 1 million page views. So it took us 4 years to hit that threshold. It's a lot that we had to sacrifice in the 4 years to get there. The likelihood of the website failing is really high.
When it comes to mentoring, do you have a mentor that you go back to, someone that you can go back and say, I'm stuck with this challenge and I need to get your input?
I do have mentors. I mean, I have people that I look up to, but I have kind of local kind of people that I look up to, people that have done a lot for the community and stuff. And I talk to them and I see them as more the inspiration or my mentors rather than people that I could never talk to.
Tell us about the pro wrestling. How did that come about?
So this was the best part of my life up to this point, outside of marriage and my kid. Okay. Do you guys know Santino Marella? He owns a gym, Battle Arts, in Mississauga, and he has a pro wrestling circuit in Battle Art. Anyways, he trained me for like a month, but I got to go into a battle royal. My son thought it was real. So he was literally terrified. And I had to tell him, I'm like, you know, it's orchestrated. And that's a big thing too, is keeping up with your health. I mean, you really do have to keep up with your health. And over the last 3 years, being part of this gym, you know, the last 3 years have been the most successful in my business as well. So it's like there is a correlation there, right? So yeah. So I mean, you have to always take care of you know, your health as you're you know, working 60 hours a week.
I thought the event was amazing. Learned a lot about Khaled, and it was very engaging how he got people to ask questions.
You're sitting around with other people and, you know, just reflecting on what you heard from, you know, someone who's done it.
I love coming to these events because you get to hear another point of view.
Very good event and very informative.
It's very inspiring to have someone that is from Mississauga right next door, you know, such success, and seeing that, it really opens your eyes to see that you just got to put in the work.
If you want to grow, just don't be afraid to ask for help.
Network and learn from each other.